Throw Gang. We are joined by the You've been smooching with everybody. Snuffy, Al, Leo, Lil Larry with the gimpy leg, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the Rear Admiral James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running the Boys with today's flip episode only available on
www.thrungfits.com. I lived, bitch.
Before we get into Larry getting hit by a car and still wearing Belgians to the office, trolling Kylie Jenner, and hanging with denim legends, some quick housekeeping.
Los Angeles.
LA.
We're back.
Out and play. Yo, save the date for all the West Coast homies. West Coast homies. For all the foos and the fucking
Crips, Bloods, Foos, all y'all.
Hoover, you know? The evening of November 14th, we'll be getting active in your streets on your boulevards.
Yeah.
I will be driving Lauren somewhere. Not just because he's a literal crip.
Disabled.
But
yeah. Goddamn, dude.
Also 'cause he can't
That's
drive.
my limp. That's not me trying to crip walk in the most Caucasian way
we'll
possible.
see a pimp walk, Larry.
Yeah.
Okay, LA. And anyone on the West Coast that wants to come make the travels down to the City of Angels. November 14th. Big things coming.
Yeah.
Oh, also, please drop all your LA recommendations in our DMs. We will definitely be reading all of them.
Sure.
And taking copious notes and planning our travel accordingly. Seriously.
I'm surprised you're asking for more DMs considering the deluge that you got because you made a joke that was too good.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're excited. Honestly, all right. This is maybe me doing a full 180. I'm very much looking forward to this trip.
To LA.
Yeah. Whereas
For
normally
6 nights. 6 nights.
We have a lot going on. The first save the date obviously is the 14th. That's going to be a fun time. A little three-peat. We'll have more information for you later. I'm super looking forward to it. I don't know if like my phone has been picking up me talking about this trip with Jenna, but I'm getting so many reels about how people order their In-N-Out.
Okay.
So I'm looking to try some new combinations for sure.
Okay, interesting.
El Russo tacos.
Oh, absolutely.
Always stand by.
Got the Escalade. Shout out Cadillac. Shout out Shauna.
The big body.
For getting us right with the whip.
Yeah.
With the Whippington. Can't wait to very precariously park that.
Yeah.
As I careen through the canyons and the alleys of Los Angeles.
Yeah, we should. Should we reach back out to Tyga and see if he's got another 15 minutes for us?
No.
Are we going to be doing a lot of potting out there?
I'm not sure. So we have 2 travel days. We're kind of doing it a little luxurious this time where, we're flying out on the 13th, but at night we're taking like an evening flight, get out there, just, maybe grab a quick bite, maybe grab some In-N-Out.
That might be perfect for when we land.
By the airport.
Yeah.
Pick up some fucking some 2.5 milligram edibles.
You will not be driving the loaned Cadillac while under the influence.
No. Are you allowed to? No, right?
Can you drive high? No.
Can you?
I don't think that's how it works.
Can you bike high?
I don't know.
Oh? Yeah, allegedly.
I'm never getting on a bike ever again, so who cares?
What else? I mean, I want to figure out, what would be a fun place to watch the Jake Paul Mike Tyson
Yes,
fight,
dude.
which is on Friday the 15th. I guess everyone tell us what's like the hot new shit popping in LA. Is it still Barney's Beanery? Is it Maru Coffee? What the fuck we doing?
Is it the Pink Pony Club?
Is it Peach Palace? Is it we hitting horses again? What are we doing?
Damn, that's right. We got to watch that fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that?
Absolutely.
I
might go down to Vegas that night.
Honestly, you can take the caddy, dude.
Yeah.
Throw some scratch down. I wonder what the
I do have
or what the odds are.
I'm now boys with Mike Tyson's creative director, who I met at tennis camp in the south of France. So I could text my boy and see if he has tickets for.
No, you should get some insider information for fucking those of us looking to place some bets.
Can you bet on it?
Yeah, for sure. Are you kidding me? Of course you can.
I mean, like on DraftKings, I won so much money gambling over the weekend. I might just have to throw it all on Tyson.
You hit your 12-leg New York City Marathon parlay.
No, I said, is Lawrence going to die this weekend? No, this isn't the weekend. Nearly though. What the fuck?
Huh?
There we go. I'm trying to do face recognition. No, I hit a 5-leg parlay on the Ravens.
Bet on me
Titans.
dying. I got it. I see.
Yeah,
I was lost there.
I hit a 5-leg parlay on the Ravens Titans.
Nice.
And then I hit a 4-way parlay on just like 4 money lines.
Woo! Look at that. Jimmy's locked
where
in, dude.
is boxing on this shit?
I don't know, but
Bundesliga.
I had forgotten that it was happening because it got pushed back or whatever. And then while watching football, laid up on the couch, fried off the Perkies, they ran an ad, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's right! I am absolutely going to tune in." I guess everyone is. It's free on Netflix. Like you don't need to pay to view. So I don't know.
I have to enter a prediction pool on DraftKings.
That's a prediction pool.
Questions will be available on 11. What? I don't.
Oh, maybe.
Why do they? Gambling should be easy.
Is that
gambling
like,
should be seamless?
Is that like because it's like you can pick the round, you can pick the amount of knockdowns. Like there's just so many factors.
I don't know.
What is your
how many crime ads are there going to be?
Yeah. What's your gut telling you?
Tyson all the way.
Yeah, dude. That right?
Yeah.
I
saw my guy training in the south of France over the summer. Yes, this is before his medical incident on the airplane, but he was looking like he was going absolute fucking beast mode. He was hitting the gym, looking real sweaty. So I'm just going off that.
And he's the one that has something to prove. I feel like of both of them, which is like take the most dangerous man that has ever lived in modern times, and then put even the tiniest pebble-sized chip on his shoulder. I'm expecting haymakers.
He's going to be tossing him around like Hasbullah, who he finally admitted he thought was a child, not a 26.
I mean, everyone knew that.
Yeah. Don't get the Rizzler and Mike Tyson in the same room. You don't know what's going to happen.
Shout out to Rizzler, dude. What a glow up, bro. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I love that little boy, that fat little child.
Munchkin. So anyway, save the date, LA, Los Angelinos, all my foods, all my essays.
Yeah. And hit us with the Rex.
El Taco number 1. What else?
El Russo taco number 1.
El Russo taco.
Do we know where we're staying yet? Like what area?
I'm working on something.
Oh, I'm excited to do some shopping for sure.
Yeah, where are you gonna go?
I mean, think about it, bro. We can hit 194 local, walk next door, and hit fucking Varsity. Then we could fucking go to Mohawk General Store, and we could fucking walk next door and hit Departamento.
That's next door.
I mean, it's in Silver Lake. I was just trying to keep the next door kind of thing going. Yeah, I believe they're within striking distance. You could fact check me. Either way, we're gonna have the caddy, and that it has a lot of trunk space for a lot of fucking new and old Johns.
Departamental's more like downtown, I thought.
Oh, really? Well, I don't want to go to downtown LA. I'll tell you that much. That was a fucking war zone the last time we stayed there.
Yo, if there's any stores we should check out, please let us know. Like any vintage shops, any flea markets happening.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near Silver Lake.
Okay, never mind. That tells you how familiar I am with the City of Angels. But either way, I'm feeling bullish and excited to get back out.
So far away from Silver Lake, bro.
How far? It's like an hour drive.
Probably. With this traffic,
are there multiple departamentos?
There's a DPTO annex that's even further than actual.
Well, they annex that
OG.
shit,
What about like everyone is always like, yo, the Dree store is a must hit in LA.
Really?
Yeah.
They have like special exclusive product?
No, I think it's just like everyone's like, oh, it's a fabulous retail experience.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the schedule
is a 15-minute drive.
Okay.
Right now at 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I feel like the schedule there's stuff to do, but I feel like there's going to be like time to go shopping and to bop around. So yeah, again, I'm actually with James sincerely. Hit us with the fucking Rex, man. I haven't been since we last did a little party on Sunset Boulevard, which would have been 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm itching a little bit, and I'm trying to, now that I have a new lease on life. Just trying to stay positive, dude.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. November 14th. Save the Dizzle for Shizzle.
Fit check.
Shit. Let's get into a fit check.
Why don't you start us off, Jimbo?
All right. On the feet, I'm wearing Martine Rose X Clark's Mules. Might be a sleeper Jimmy sneak or shoe pick of the year.
That is what my ankle looks like currently.
Cool. Way to make it about you.
Just bulbous and
they're very puffy. They're very insulated. So I am wearing this on this like somewhat chilly day. And I've said this before about fisherman sandals. I think clogs are more of a fall shoe than a sneaker shoe.
Just got to have socks. Mules. Just need socks. That's all.
Well, because in the summer, you wear them barefoot and they get all fucking disgusting. Your feet get all sweaty.
That is true.
Especially if it's like a leather lining. And if you wear them with socks in the summer with shorts, you look like a fucking German school child.
Yes. Which is a look that I am known to love, but you're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, you look like an 18th century Bavarian pedophile.
I look like a goat composer.
Sure. But yeah, I think mules are for the cozy fall boys.
They look super comfortable.
They're very comfortable. These are snakeskin ones. Oh, they also give you some nice height.
I was going to say,
so if you're under 6 foot and you want to crack that barrier where society actually values you, bang Martine Rose's and Clark's line.
Do you bike in mules, or is that
what?
Do you bike wearing mules, or is that not recommend? Okay,
I know how to ride a bike.
Mm-hmm.
And all types of footwear, really.
Okay.
A lot of people are asking me about these, and then some people are like, they're very puffy. You have to wear these with a big ass pants.
That's why I referenced my ankle. I'll show you a pic of what I'm dealing with right now in a little bit.
The socks are anonymousism. The pants are. I mean, every time I think I'm out, Lawrence, they pull me back in. 316X throwing fits. I kind of just forget. In a world full of denim, sometimes you just like forget like what is just true to your heart. Mm-hmm. These are, once again, the perfect jeans.
We made them
with Andrew, with the goats at 316. Oh, we got to go by their shop, their new shop in LA.
That's right, we do. Yeah, we made them
in downtown.
Yeah, we
got to fucking go down there, shoot some zombies. Throw on the bulletproof vests, throw on the bulletproof fitted, and pull up at the 316 store. Yeah,
shout out 316, the purveyors and makers of some of the best, if not the best denim in the world. Hundreds of people cannot be wrong. That's still to this
hundreds
day.
Of people that
was world crushing
within 3 minutes.
Yeah. But and then we had the pre-order even after the fact because they went so crazy.
That's right. But yeah, went with you love a black brown combo. I'm not just talking about your pornography watching. So I did that with the jeans and the shoes. Then the shirt underneath is Palace Ralph Lauren, the little waffle thermal short sleeve, the one that Gareth really misses out or says that it's one piece that he wish he had not missed out on. Mm-hmm. And then the fleece on top, the Carter zip, to quote you, is rear. It's finally fucking fleece weather for me because my inner fire burns bright and hot. Okay. So it needs to be like sub 50.
I see what you're saying.
For me to like wear fleece. I'm even like, I have the window cracked here. I don't know if the AC's on, the heat's on here. I'm getting a little spicy, hot under the collar.
Not as spicy as that fucking beautiful fleece. Honestly, man.
Call me Tweety Bird because the fit's going loony. And I got some nice intel on this. So Jesse Hudnut, we were chatting and I was like, oh, by the way, finally fucking pulled the trigger on rear. Little hint / hack for all the shoppers out there. Shop it from a Scandinavian store. That Vatex will be hitting. Trebian has it priced below a lot of other competitors.
I think the only issue right now is because they're cut to order, because that's the rear difference, TM, is that those sizes are selling out. Whereas if you cop from rear, you're copping, it's literally cut to order for you, which is amazing.
Yes. And they go from like double XS to double XL. Some fucking old woman up in Austria is cutting them herself.
What's the sizing advice now that you went true to size? Or do you go true to size?
So I went medium.
Okay.
I went medium. Yeah. Oh, real quick before I get into that. So Jesse Hudnett was like, oh, I think that was, well, first of all, it's a little commemorative piece because he's like, that's the last season that I was buying for Trebian.
Oh, he bought that.
Yeah.
He
did the buying. Yeah. And he's like, I think that we're one of the only stores to get the bright yellow colorway.
It's of course. It is the best one, without a doubt. We talked about this a little bit, I think.
Think so?
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, what does Jesse have? Gray?
He has the OG gray because he was, we saw it on the IG story like literally just under a year ago.
I didn't even know what I was looking at. You didn't even know.
Yeah.
It hadn't popped like that.
Yeah, it was January, February of last year. January of last year.
I mean, there's a lot of great colors. I don't know how many like bright, like maybe there's a bright red.
There's like a rust.
Because there's like a mustard. There's the gray. You got your earth tones, but
there's a white.
There's
a Coke white.
Dude, that is just begging to get destroyed. Especially if you get hit by a car.
I'm wearing the Coke in Austria, accidental Bronson.
The Coke. I got the Coke white fleece on in Austria.
I'm going Hitler with the Coke in Austria. That's West Side Gun.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think that this is the best colorway. If I had to make a ranking, which I'm not going to do because I don't have all the information, this is the one. And my thinking there is that if you're going to spend, even that aside, let's just call it 900 bones. If you're going to drop 900 bones on what everyone is saying is the John of the year, why not go fucking loud and proud and make it a fucking statement piece?
Yeah. I wasn't too sure on it, but then touchdown, I kept the tag on it for like the first 2 times I wore it. And This is probably the most I've ever spent on a piece of clothing. I didn't spend $900 on this. Go to Trebian.com. There's a few left. You'll see what the price is if you're in the US. But we had a good month. I didn't spend $900 on it. But
this is the most you've ever spent on a piece of clothing?
Besides a suit, I think so.
Right. So all tailoring aside, damn, dude, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So like,
looks fantastic.
I barely worn it. I barely worn it. I wore it to so my brother could see me when he was running the marathon.
Yeah, you do stand out.
I went high vis with the fucking goo so that I could hand it off. Which, by the way, the secret to handing off in the marathon, it's like a relay race where I got a bit of a head start. So I was like jogging, so he didn't have to come to a complete stop. I wasn't holding a dumb fucking sign. I wasn't taking pictures of myself celebrating the New York City Marathon. No, I was there to support the runners, the ones who are actually the men and women in the arena.
So you did a baton pass of the gels?
Of the goo and the powder, whatever performance enhancing drug I shook up for him.
Oh, word?
That Austrian white.
The shit that fucking Djokovic takes in sets, dude. That stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
Michael's special stuff.
Yeah.
Handed it off, and then he handed me some headphone case.
Okay.
He's like shedding weight, but he can't just like throw that. If you're watching the marathon, everyone's just like throwing garbage.
Yeah.
Like they're eating the goo paws, eating the banana, and just like throwing it off to the side.
Huge littering day.
Yeah. And he handed me what I thought was just a do-rag. It was a free Dunkin' Donuts beanie. So actually, Dunkin' runs on America.
Yeah, wow. That's very interesting. Yeah, you're just me picturing Ian running like a part of the marathon in a Dunkin' branded do-rag.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking incredible.
Bright orange it was actually two-tone.
It was like, I mean, the weather was pretty nice. Like I feel like running a marathon and wearing a beanie on that day, you would have like fucking overheated and fucking passed out.
Well, I think you can't start too cold. It was like a synthetic performance drug. It felt like some Skims boxer briefs. And I just shoved it in my back pocket and it was just damp. But the fleece performed. It did what it had to do to help my brother complete the New York City Marathon by standing out in the crowded area. Shout out the guy that I saw running the marathon in jeans. That was
jeans?
Awesome. In skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans?
I'm pretty sure they were real jeans and not like trombleur,
like literally
sweatpants that look like jeans.
What I'm wearing today.
But like the sweats that look like jeans that you get in like CVS.
The number one seller from Rag and Boner.
Yeah.
The sweatpants that look like jeans.
And shout out the other guy that almost distracted me from spotting my bro, but he there's a big to-do, even more so than normal. It's like, oh, sick. Does someone have an extra awesome sign that they're taking pictures of? No, a runner stopped and proposed to his now fiance.
Risky.
And it was like a bit,
That'll change the course of your entire marathon.
Also, imagine carrying the ring for like 14 miles and just chafing against your cock or your nipples.
Yeah. I also like, if you get denied, does that, if he or she, whoever's being proposed to, they say no, are you then like running harder with anger, or did you just shut it down and you walk back? What do you do?
I mean, one of the really cool signs I saw was like, oh, marathon or therapy. It's like, well, what demons are you running from, bro?
Yeah. I guess the endorphins that's good. That's
I think
positive.
he's turn around and go home.
Yeah. You'd have to just shut it down. I'm assuming she said yes in this case.
She said yes.
Okay.
According to like everyone jumping around and hugging. But like, yeah, imagine carrying that ring for 14 miles. I'd be shook. I mean, you have like cool pockets and stuff. Or if you're in jeans, you have that little fifth pocket.
I mean, I can't relate because you get your money up, bro. I can't be running around with big rocks, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been like a little fucking tiny little Cracker Jack ring,
Again,
dude.
just, the cock chafage potential would have been just enough to like.
Also, that fucks up
dead that whole idea. That's the other thing is that he was like hugging his like in-laws, his parents. It's like, yo, bro, you are fucking up your time in the name of love. What are you doing?
Yeah, your splits are getting ruined because you're trying to spend the rest of your life with someone you care about more than anything in the entire world, and love is making your life beautiful. It's like you're fucking up your Strava, dude.
Yeah, you can't even have like post proposal sex that night because you're so fucked up, right?
I don't know.
I imagine
I've never
You've never had post proposal sex.
No, marathon. I thought you were talking about marathon sex. I don't know. I don't want to talk about my personal life too much, but I think I did.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
I don't recall.
Damn.
I can't say for sure. I thought you just meant you can't fuck after a marathon.
Probably not.
Right.
Exactly. And so you can't have post-proposal sex because you're so fucked up for the marathon. You're cramping. You're probably having mad diarrhea.
More gels.
Yeah. You probably like your urethra's all fucking mangled up and shit. Can't come.
I don't think your urethra gets mangled from running a marathon.
bro,
all twisted up.
If your boys are jostling for 4 hours, 3.5 to 4.5 hours, let's call it, for 26.2 miles, your urethra is mangled.
I'm just thinking. I mean, I guess maybe
it's looking like Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Okay, what is that?
He just like you never see his drawings. It's a movie.
Yeah. What is
see the movie?
What I'm
just saying it's a mangled
it's a guy
ass,
with a mangled penis.
It's a mangled line.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like a straight. It's like
or maybe
all over the place.
I'm thinking you can have sex, but you can't bust because you don't have you're not at the luxury. You don't have the luxury of expelling more bodily fluids. You need to retain that.
You just puff a little cloud.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, shout out to them. Happy engagement to those people.
Yeah.
Those insufferable people.
Yeah. So the rear fleece, I went with a medium. I could have gone large, but you know what? I'm liking the medium. It is. We talked about this last week with your small talk piece and like how you have this fucking Uber cinch, which by the way, be careful.
The Uber cinch.
You don't want another accident to happen with that big elastic loop catching onto like the side of a bus or something.
That is true. I am moving so slowly. I don't think that I'm getting caught on anything but good looks.
Okay. So I went medium. It is very cropped.
Yeah.
It is very cropped. I am tucking my tee for the first time.
Wow.
I feel like a fucking narc.
Welcome, brother.
Again, my inner fire burns hot and bright, so I can't really tuck like that.
How much more
it creates a tarp, like a tarp of just like a greenhouse effect of just my body heat.
I'm not an owner. I'm just an admirer from afar. But I thought the whole thing was that regardless of the size, you weren't really getting that much extra length because it is intentionally designed to be like fully cropped, where I'm almost assuming even if you got a large, you would still need to tuck that tee, bro. I don't know.
What I do like is the kind of like relatively short sleeves.
Okay.
And actually, this is a development that I fuck with in clothing across the board. And I think that you and I, when we're designing our shirts, we're always like, yo, the sleeves on shirts are too fucking long these days.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like this is like perfect, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got a little length on. Well, obviously, yeah.
But when you're wearing a shirt and it like pulls at the wrist, it looks really bad, really bad. So I would say that these are like the sleeves are a little cropped, like you can see mad wrist.
Do you have short arms? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know if I have short arms per se, but I don't know. This is like I've worn plenty of medium Johns in my life, and this is like a relatively short sleeve.
Do you consider a fleece like this? Is this outerwear or is this like more of like a sweater mid-layer knit?
Mid-layer.
Okay, because with a mid-layer, you definitely don't want too much oversized action.
No.
Because then it hurts with layering. Is this going to become like a big layering piece for you? Like under a big coat when it gets cold out?
Well, it's pretty warm, so probably not under a big coat. I wore like a little light piece of outerwear when I was out in the morning over the weekend when it was like pretty chilly.
Yeah.
And it was good. But the one thing I'll say about this is that no pockets.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer.
Same. Yeah.
Oh, are you okay? You just hurt your elbow?
No, it's fine, dude. I'm good. I'm okay.
So I'm just doing the fucking Bob Dylan thing with like my hands hunched in my hunched over my pockets.
Yeah. A fleece with pockets. I don't know. Maybe that's like a version 2.0, though. Honestly, with the way that these things are flying off the shelves, I can't imagine them changing anything.
So the sleeves on a medium, 22.6 inches. That is short.
Okay.
I feel like a typical sleeve on a shirt is 24 to 25.
Dress shirt, you mean?
Yes.
Like a proper shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I feel, and this guy, cut his teeth, cut his patterns at Prada,
That's
I believe
true.
beforehand. This guy is the fucking dude. So maybe I think that shorter sleeves is like a bit flattering in that it makes your arms look a little taller. It kind of extends your torso a little bit versus just having like big oversized, like, not like over the hand, but pulling at the wrist does look like shit.
Yeah, just like walking around like this is not a good look.
And like we made what'd you just do?
That was like I was saying, this, if you're rocking
Keep going.
Woo! I'd change the angle maybe a little
Change the
bit.
trajectory a little bit there.
I knew where you were going with that, bro.
I know where you were going with that.
It's election day. Chill, man.
Yo, yeah. You can't be doing it at the polls, Lawrence.
No, I voted early.
Okay.
Though I did not also jump on the sign thing. I feel like we've talked about in the past because I come from a very pro marathon family.
Yes.
I did not participate this year because I almost died, but I lived. But the voting thing, that's a weird. I don't know. Do we want to talk about it now? That's an interesting.
No, let's get into it later.
Okay, because that's a weird flex. But anyway, no, I voted early.
Well,
but I don't need the internet to know that I voted early. I just did it.
bro, I mean, I voted early stickers would not exist before Instagram. Right?
You're probably not wrong, right? They had stickers for voting since back in the day.
You know what's gonna you know what the next development is gonna be? Is that there's gonna be like designer collaborations on I voted early stickers.
Well, there's already fucking a lot like the like in the world that we live in now in 2024, culture is always politics and politics is always culture. But there was that whole fear of God. Like they did like a collab for like donating money. You see that? Like for
who's a collab with? Act Blue?
Or maybe it wasn't a collab. Maybe it was more of just like proceeds go. Only because Eugene Rapkin called them out for like he wanted to know where the money was going.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Vote 2024 hoodie.
So that's like it's a voting John.
Well, I mean, Diddy said vote or die.
That's right. Though that did not maybe age that well. Die how?
But I'm saying like the little momentum you get by voting early or just voting. Pretty soon we're going to see like a cause I voted early sticker. And that's how you get the fucking cornball youth vote out.
True. Though I feel like the stickers, even as is, have become this weird, I don't know. Yeah. Flex cultural signifier where it's like, okay, you just did your civic duty. We don't need to be
voted. Well, the other thing is I think a little bit the mindset of the people that do it is like, hey, did you guys know you can vote early? Do my 400 followers know that you can vote early? Like now you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who has been like ignorant to the fact you can vote early or voting early has happened until they like see someone's like IG story and they're like, oh shit. If they voted early, they got the sticker. I got to go vote early.
Right. And if you didn't know that you could vote early, then you're probably so ignorant. You're probably not even like registered to vote. And then it won't matter because it's going to be too late. I don't know how long it takes to get registered. Maybe actually
it takes like 10 seconds.
10 seconons. Okay. All right. So as long as you see it,
at least in New York, I don't know.
So as long as you see it by 11:50 p.m.
Like
on the 5th, you're okay.
If you're tapping through IG stories, stay tapping through IG stories. Yeah. You might learn how to vote.
And I want to be clear, I'm not judging anyone who does this because
yes, you are.
No. I'd like to be clear. You can do it. I personally am not going to be that guy, which honestly says a lot because I'm often, when it comes to these kind of things that we complain about on the show, I am usually the guy that is being complained about.
Do people think that if you don't post your I voted sticker, do people think you didn't vote?
I wonder if that's part of it. And part of me thinks, yeah, this is like infographic repost culture, but it's now extended
but not even that. I think it's like, are we actually already in the fucking Gestapo surveillance state where it's like, yo, Lawrence didn't post his I voted sticker. Yo, he definitely didn't fucking vote, bro.
I mean, would you rather be monitored by your peers or the federal government?
The federal government.
Okay. Not your neighbors.
No.
Okay.
Fuck no.
All right. Well, I did vote early, to be clear.
Okay. Well, instead of posting on IG, you podcasted about it.
Which is fine. I'd rather do it that way.
Yeah. Back to the rear fleece. True to size, if you want kind of that like slightly shrunken, it'll, by having something a little small on you, I think a lot of times it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of fleeces already. They are kind of like more, I don't know, true to size or even oversized. So yeah, I'm happy with this fit. I was going to give it to Jesse Hudnut at cost if it didn't fit, but sorry, Jesse, my gain is your fucking loss. Thanks for doing your job at Trebien and buying this beautiful fleece that I and a bunch of other dudes now own.
I thought it was going to me if it didn't fit for cost.
No, it went to Jesse.
Okay. I guess it wouldn't have. It would have needed to be too big versus too small.
He wanted this
size. And he in a medium. Yeah. Damn, I gotta find a large at one of these fucking Scandinavian fucking outposts, dude, before it's too late.
Yeah, bro. Before it's too late. What does that mean?
So I don't have to pay full price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
They might look before like the next viral John goes crazy.
Well, I mean, that's the thing where it's like, what's cool about this is it can have like the biggest year, but it's just a fleece, which is
just a fleece, bro.
Which is a classic piece of menswear.
I'm very scared about wearing. Like, I have this tote bag that I from Kobo, the homies at Kobo, shout out Eldar and Tall, where it's my daily driver, right? And so I put it in a lot of city bikes, and it gets a little grimy. I normally have it on my shoulder, rubbing against me. I was holding it like this away from me.
Yeah,
so
just to be safe.
I'm drinking a coffee this morning. I'm like, oh fuck! I tossed the coffee out after like 4 sips. I'm like, this coffee cost me $6. It's fucking out of here.
That is the fucking double-edged sword of like the crazy expensive John that you fucking splash out for. It's like, because you just want to wear your clothes and live in them. You don't want to have to be like second guessing having a coffee or carrying your daily driver tote. But
Yeah.
that's the world we live in now. That's the world of the $900 fleece. That, to be clear, is worth every penny. But
Yeah. Thanks,
you know,
Biden.
yeah, maybe I guess those earth tones maybe do you're less flashy, but you can live your life a little more soundly
Yeah.
and not worry about coffee spillage.
That's just fucking Biden's infrastructure. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
The hat is Small Talk Studios.
Uh-huh.
The Bottega, the Jill Sander, at Caslada, about to kill this Diet Pepsi and a Nalgene full of Overseas Finest. Lawrence, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Belgians because I was hit by a car over the weekend, which I will explain the whole situation, what happened a bit later. And my thinking was that the ankle, I'll show you my ankle, dude. It basically looks like a fucking pork chop. And
delicious.
I mean, that's my ankle.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's fucking bad.
it looks
man.
like
What does it look like? A pork chop. Ham hock.
no, the fucking dude from Goonies.
Sloth.
Hey, you guys.
So I felt like the Belgians like are easy to slip into and are so blown out, having like, they've been walked in a million miles, that for me was like, because not only is the ankle sprained, but it's also then fucking wrapped up. And then I got thick socks on too for like added protection. So I don't even know if I have any other footwear that I could have even worn.
What about like a medical compression boot?
Yeah. I'm at the point where
Or
like
a laced up Tim.
I don't want that like pressure from the like a collar, like
But I think you do need that.
no, but that's why there's the ace. It's very ace bandaged up.
Okay.
But I just don't. I wonder if I wonder if there could be too much. Anyway,
Rice, baby.
I'm in considerable
Rest, ice, compression.
Mm-hmm.
What's the E?
Percocet,
Ecstasy.
elevation, which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Apologies if this looks bad to our YouTube viewers, but just trying to get right.
Belgians is a crazy shoe to wear with a sprained ankle, I think, because there's no support.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's already supported with the ace bandage.
All right, I hope so.
The socks are threadies. The jeans that look like jeans are Our Legacy Digiprint third cut denim. The shirt under my quarter zip is a little Orion, fucking rare piece of merch. Shout out our friends at Orion. We will hopefully be sipping some tasty ones with you guys somewhere soon. Leave it at that. The quarter zip on top of that is the Colbo quarter zip. Shout out Talon Eldar.
I have this like from their fall winter collection. I have like it's like a dusty rose, but it's almost shiny.
Okay.
In this cut. It's like a nylon.
Oh, you have this too?
Yeah.
How many quarter zips do you own currently?
A lot. I have one from MF Pen that's great. Also kind of shrunken, which I love. It's like a dark chocolatey brown. I have a few from Our Legacy, maybe two. I wore one in Chicago. But that's more of like a quarter zip shirt, which I'm counting.
Yeah. If it has a zip.
Yeah.
If it has a quarter zip, half zip, whole zip. Hey.
What else?
I think I got three right now.
MHL, Margaret Howell.
Okay. Right.
Margaret Howell's workwear diffusion line, which kind of shitty.
Wait, for real?
Not quality wise.
Like the rest of it.
I went to the store in Paris and I was unimpressed. I was like, the one thing that I like in here, I already have.
Is it an MHL store or they have like a section?
It's MHL store.
Really?
MHL store. Yeah.
I know she's popular in Europe, but there's a whole MHL store. Damn. Yeah. So that's like the one hitter.
Well, I think MHL's doing really well because it's a diffusion line where it's like everything's cheaper.
Sure. Hence diffusion. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, it's your entryway into like the MH universe via MHL. It's the fucking Comme des Garçons
play
shirt. No, not shirt. I wouldn't say Comme des Garçons shirt.
Comme des Garçons quarter zip.
Comme des Garçons play zip.
Right.
Is the MHL of MH.
Got it.
I don't know, bro. I'll go to report back. I got maybe like a Lady White Co one from like a few years ago.
Damn.
That I copped during COVID. That actually is in the photo from the for real that you put in the rec center photo.
I wonder if those hold up. I think I put it in there. I hope it does. Who knows?
Please, no one watch.
We did so not. I don't know if this counts as so many. Do you remember what other movies we did?
There Will Be Blood.
Yep.
Social Network. Did I do one? No.
All right, let me just give you a hint.
Space Jam?
Chef led it. It's his favorite movie.
Oh, the shit with the fucking Penny Lane.
Almost Famous?
I'm a Golden God. Almost Famous.
No. I'll give you a hint.
Give you another hint.
Tweety Bird. Tweet.
Space Jam?
Lady Bird.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think that was the three. I mean, those were like long as fuck pieces of real content that are now free on YouTube.
Yeah.
That are a nice little
run them back.
Quarantine fucking archive pieces of content.
Wow. What a time capsule.
What a time. It was the best of times.
I'll do a full quarter zip audit at a later date. But yeah. Oh, bro, TFCP. Come on.
That's right, dude. Damn, I saw. Do you count? What if it's the Patagonia Snap Tee? That doesn't count.
No,
that's not a zip.
That's a button.
Even if but it's exactly the same silhouette and functions exactly the same.
As a quarter zip? Nah.
Imagine this zipper was just 2 buttons, 3 buttons, same thing.
It's a fleece.
Wait, no, not all quarter zips are fleece, and not all fleeces are quarter zips.
The zip is in the name.
That is true.
A quarter button, maybe.
Yeah,
which is a polo shirt.
Okay. The hat is Austria. Rolly on the wrist, wedding ring on the thingy, wifey on the pinky, chrome on the other hand. Got my menthols in. I had a Topo Chico. The sunglasses are Somebody's. I'm off a baby perk, and I have a hydro flask full of Lower East Side's finest.
No Celsius. Is that because you're too fucked up to like flail around and move quickly?
Literally, my door-to-door today was just an Uber because I can't really walk. You called me gimpy. I am hobbling. While I am feeling considerably better than I did yesterday, I am still in a ton of pain. And just going to the bodega that is around the corner just felt like too much work. So no Celsius.
So are you getting your Zins delivered to your door?
No, I had him at the crib.
What's going to happen when you run out? You're going to shut down?
Hopefully Jenna has an errand to run. Because I'm sending you at the house, girl.
Do you have a bell? You're like, ding, 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 ding.
Honestly, I will say
it's time for daddy's medicine.
She's been taking really good care of me because for the most part, I've just been laid up, elevating, icing on and off, a little bit of pain pills here or there. And then, just trying to get that compression game on point.
All right, pause. Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes after that very long fit check, which I'm sure most of it was behind the paywall. But
holy shit.
What happened, Lawrence, that got you all laid up and gimped out?
So Jenna and I were meeting my brother for dinner on Saturday. It was Saturday evening, and we were running a little behind. And I'm going to make a funny joke about the restaurant later, so I don't want to say where we were going, but we opted,
somewhere in the neighborhood.
Somewhere in the neighborhood-ish, and we opted to take city bikes. So we were
e-bikes.
Yes.
Okay.
The Gray Ghosts, and we were
Silver Surfers.
We were cruising on the Silver Surfers down Classen, and I had the right of way at the intersection at Lafayette.
You had a green light?
I had a green light that definitely.
Lafayette is like kind of, for those that don't know, kind of like it's like an avenue, right? So it's like a 2-lane, somewhat major avenue through a sleepy area of Fort Greene and Clinton Hill.
Yep. So I was following Jenna, and as I go through the intersection, 2 gentlemen that were in a Toyota Camry. I don't know if they were doing the thing where they were kind of timing the lights and knew that the green that I had was going to turn yellow, and then they were trying to like time it.
Was it green? You got a green?
I had a green.
Yellow?
I had a green that definitely, when I got hit, had probably gone to yellow. I'm trying to give these guys more credit, by the way, because the only other thing is, one, they were not paying attention at all, or even worse is they just blew a red light. And I was struck by said Toyota Camry, which people, by the way, like 50 people saw this happen, which is like embarrassing. But then I will say everyone like came to my aid, which actually was like a beautiful New Yorker moment. But when I was relaying what happened later to the, and there's like a cop, there's like a NYPD precinct like right around the corner. So the cops were on the scene quick.
Oh, wow. You called the cops?
I did not call the cops.
That's fucked up, bro.
I think, honestly, I don't know who called the cops, but when the cops were asking me what happened.
You talked?
Yeah.
Wow. Not very slime of you, is it?
I'm a fucking rat, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, you're
very
so right.
slime live shouty of you. Not very gunna of you.
But I was like, yeah, I think the guy was going like 10, 15, and a bunch of aunties that were hanging around making sure that I was okay were like, oh no, he was going 25.
Oh,
so these guys
they had the speedometer out, the radar.
So yeah, they had the fucking radar gun, speed camera, speed trap ahead. So yeah,
were people filming you?
So anyway, so I get fucking hit. I will be totally sincere and say that I feel like it could have been or should have been way worse than it was. No helmet. They were going very fast. And I was totally just straight up struck on like, they hit the left side of me and the bike. And I feel like if the timing was a little bit off or the physics are a little different and I get straight up T-boned, I like don't know how bad this could have been versus like kind of like me just like bouncing off the front like left part of the hood, and while landing on my left side, like no connection with my head at all, whether with the car or the ground or even the city bike. So I got like very lucky.
So you got hit and you went like in the direction that the car was going? Did you black it out?
No,
that's a common occurrence.
That's the thing. I did not black out, but there was a moment where I got hit and I'm like looking up and I'm just like, and I see this guy and I'm just like, oh fuck. Like there's no like life flashing before my eyes or anything. With that said, very scary, crazy shaking up. Then you have like the adrenaline going through the roof. I get up and like dust myself off. And everyone is like, running to help out.
Your shoes, your pants.
What's up?
Did your shoes or pants get fucked up?
So my hat was wedged between the windshield and hood of their car.
Oh shit.
And I looked down and one of my loafers is gone. That was just chilling like 15 feet away in the intersection. Damn. So it definitely was a Sonic and the Rings moment where I had a bit of an explosion.
The average risk of death for a pedestrian reaches 10% at an impact speed of 23 miles an hour. 25% at 32 miles an hour.
Okay, they were definitely not going 30. I want to say that 20 to 25, as per the aunties, is accurate. So everyone's asking me how I'm doing. I'm definitely shaken up. Jenna told me that she's like halfway down the block. She like hears the crash and the commotion, and she
kept going.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna be late. We're gonna be late.
So she came back. And as I'm like dusting myself off and trying to collect my thoughts, everyone's asking me if I'm okay. And I guess at that point, like I was like, holy shit, like I kind of feel fine. Ultimately, I did like realize that I did have a decent sized gash that had happened on my shin. Anyway, the cops come. Those guys didn't flee the scene. They were up the block. I had no interaction with them whatsoever. I don't know what happens when you run a red light and you hit someone. Like you get a ticket. I don't know if there's anything, and their car's fucked up. That's for sure.
Yeah. Was it a chunky loafer?
No, it was my extremely soft the row loafers.
Oh no,
which I feel like is why my ankle is so fucking sprained, because I had like literally no protection.
You've been wearing Timbs, bro.
I know, dude. Apparently their side mirror was completely like destroyed and exploded, and there was some type of like damage to the hood and I guess the headlight where we like collided. I guess I should say this. As much as I was hit by a car because they ran the red light, I also like hit them, right? It's kind of like, it's a bit of a gray area.
Okay. It's built different.
Now, the one thing that I want to mention, and shout out this guy, Sam, and I didn't get his name, but at a certain point after Jenna circles back and she was like, yeah, my heart's in my throat. It sounds really bad. I didn't know what happened. No, she was just like checking on me to make sure like I'm okay. And I'm definitely like not concussed. And I'm like kind of really surprised at how like totally fine I am. And I'm even thinking about like, when can we wrap up the logistics with the cops and then they call the paramedics, because like I'm like I want to go to my brother's birthday dinner. Yeah, I hadn't eaten that day. And so at one point, like, I guess because of the adrenaline and the emotions, like my vision does get a little blurry and I'm like, whoa, I need to like sit down. So Jen is like, why don't you go sit down on a stoop over there while we wait for, the proper authorities to handle this. And some guy comes up to me and her and goes, here's some water, have some, and it was like his actual water bottle. So that was very nice of him, because that's like could be considered disgusting. So that guy gives me the water. I go sit down. I'm drinking the water, trying to compose myself. And
you like, yo, you got a beer?
And then You
got a dirty water?
Yeah, let me get a dirty water, dude. And kind of like how, and then also after I got hit, my like watch was undone like this around my wrist. I was like, oh man, did they break my watch? How are my rollovers? What's up with the hat? Like, it is like a stupid thought to have. But Jenna kind of had a similar thing where, you know, at this point now, someone had pulled the city bike out of the intersection and just like put it on the corner. She, as she's pulling up, just drops her city bike as well. And she's even thinking, she's like, oh, damn, like someone's got to return these city bikes. He's got to get
charged.
He's got to get docked so we don't get charged. So that guy who gave me the water also, him and the woman that he was with, they so nicely said, you know what? Why don't we go deal with him? We'll go dock the city bikes down the block.
Did they?
And she goes, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. And he goes, yeah, I just want to say, he goes, your husband is hilarious. And she goes, oh, you know who he is? And I forget if he said, or she told me that he said he was a subscriber or not, but shout out to Sam. They returned the city bikes. They docked them.
They didn't take him on a little joyride?
No. And the best part is because, you know, this is a city bike that was Jenna like unlocked it for me, as you've done before too, when like, because I don't have like a city bike membership. You get a beautiful text that goes, hope you had fun on your ride with Jenna. I did not have fun. Thank you for asking. But yeah, the paramedics came. They were like, you don't seem like you need to go to the hospital. They fixed up my...
You seem like you needed to go to the hospital. The way you limped in here. I was like, no crutches?
Well, I think because of the endorphins and adrenaline. So, by the way, Jenna has to call my brother, who's at the restaurant waiting for us. He's already probably at this point, it's been like, he's like 10 minutes over the res. And he told me that he went to the maitre d' and explained the situation. And according to him, they were like, oh my God, like, we hope he's okay. How late do you think he's going to be for the reservation? So I think they were cool. We ended up showing up 20 minutes late. But yeah, I just like sat and had dinner. And while it was great to see my brother and
why are his ankles blown up?
No, it wasn't until the next day that I'm like, oh, like the entire left side of my body, my neck, probably from some whiplash, is not in as good of shape as it is normally, which is already a low bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, the biggest issue now is this ankle sprain that I need to get right before going to LA.
Yeah,
even if we're going to be driving,
because of all the walking you're going to be doing in LA.
Either way, I'm not going to like do a demonstration. Like, I am moving slow.
Yeah, fuck.
So like,
that's going to suck for me.
I'm even hopping out to Uber to like just literally walk to the front door of our office. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like this is painfully slow. And no pun intended.
And I hate walking slow. This is really bad for me.
Yep. And no, I'm a fast walker too. It is.
You got to get one of those like little scooters that people with like a torn ACL
I was thinking
Chris Corrado had one. Remember that?
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe a crutch would be helpful. I would definitely move at least 5 times.
Get a fucking pimp cane, bruh.
Yeah. But anyway, yesterday was bad. Definitely felt really shitty. Today I'm feeling much better. Like if I felt like I did yesterday, I would have been like, I can't come in. We have to figure out a way to Zoom or push or whatever. But I'm moving around. I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow. I'm hoping that this pork chop becomes more of a lamb chop. Yeah. We'll go
with people, because it's the day after the marathon, with you limping around, or people like, yo, great job with the race, man.
I was thinking about how...
And you're like, look at me. I did not run the marathon.
Well, no, not even... Sure. Thank you. No, I was thinking about how I do like low-key have stolen valor, where like, if there ever was a day to be limping around outside in public, today would be the day where people are like, damn, he gave it his all. Yeah, he left it all out on the fucking
give that man another medal.
Yeah. But it was fucking scary. And
of course.
And the fact that and this is maybe me being dramatic, but I was like, yo, the no helmet thing. I'm like,
are you start wearing a helmet when you city bike?
What's up?
You're going to start wearing a helmet when you city bike?
I think, and I know that this is incredibly ironic considering my track record with biking, jokes, scootering, driving, all jokes aside, like that might have been the farewell voyage.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like traumatized where I couldn't do it, just like, that was very fucking frightening, and I'm not trying to put myself in a similar position.
This man cannot operate any sort of moving vehicle or heavy machinery, sober, drunk, whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's something in your bloodstream, I guess.
Yeah.
What about not to put the blame on you.
Of course not.
Not to blame the victim. Not to say you're at fault here. Mm-hmm. But this goes back to the notion of, because you grew up, fucking riding your bike, around the cul-de-sac, chasing down the ice cream man, fucking, going to kiss little Susie at the lake, whatever. I just watched Dee Dee, so I imagine that's what your life was like.
Under the boardwalk,
except white, under the boardwalk, fucking, going to the state fair, get some cotton candy.
Did you like Dee Dee? I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was good. I feel like you wouldn't necessarily be able to relate to it as a white. But as much as other people could.
No, as a poser wannabe skater, for sure, yeah. And I thought it was also just a beautiful thing about sons and mothers, right? That's what the movie is obviously about to me.
Right. I think that riding a bike in the city is a lot different than riding a bike in other parts of the country. And this goes back to a take I had, I forget when, but it's like, if you move to New York from another part of the country, you should have to take a test. You should have to learn how to drive here.
Yeah.
You should have to learn how to walk here, and you should learn how to bike here, which is like very scary and very difficult to do, where you need to be knowing, it's not your fault, obviously, but like you need to take every precautionary measure where you need to know what's happening in front of you, behind you, to your left, to your right, above you, beneath you. Mm-hmm. You got to have that fucking, the Joseph Gordon-Levitt vision in Rush.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
No, it's something Rush.
Rush Hour. No, that's Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Anyway, you can keep going.
Premium Rush. Where it's like you need to be predicting all the future scenarios that are going to happen as you're biking down the street. And also you got to like remember that you're fucking bait, bro. You're not a big fish.
No.
You are a sardine. You're a minnow.
Yeah.
Someone with great whites.
Someone's looking to put you in a motherfucking can. You are a sardine.
Yeah. So,
I don't bike with headphones. I would never bike with headphones.
I bike with headphones. What's funny is I
would never do that.
I bike on the Silver Surfer with no helmet and headphones. When I'm on my real bike, which goes slower than a Silver Surfer, even at like top speed, no headphones, helmet. Yeah. Where I'm like, for some reason, I'm like extra precautionary on the or extra cautious on the real bike instead of like the souped up one.
To your point, I will say is as I was going through the intersection, even though I had the right of way, it
doesn't matter.
No. I'm saying I did like look to my left where traffic is coming from, and I definitely saw, like, I definitely knew something was wrong. And definitely had decreased my speed. But you have to realize that these guys blew through so quick that I don't think there is a scenario where that accident doesn't happen.
Right.
And
damn, bro, you're like Demi Moore in The Substance.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Another movie.
Great movie. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's an alternate timeline where I get fucking fully T-boned and my head fucking cracks through the windshield or hits the pavement and your boy is fucking done and dusted for good. But yeah, part of me is like, is that bad karma and like because I got fucked up, or is that like good karma because I fucking lived, bitch, and I walked away fairly unscathed for the severity. I'm telling you, bro, I felt like a marathon runner. The amount of fucking attention
holding up signs
that I got
about themselves.
Yeah, no.
Take my number, I'm single.
Yeah. And one funny moment about videoing is that as Jenna is coming back, I did not see or witness this, but I guess I was getting world starred by some teens. Okay. But my point also is like maybe they're also just like filming in case like the cops,
insurance purposes.
Yeah. And then Jenna, who I guess is like now she's at full tilt because like her husband just got fucked up. She goes, stop filming. Mind your own fucking business. That's my husband. And I'm like, well, they could have been like helping out in their own way, but I'm almost I would guess it was probably more of a world star.
Did they stop filming or did they start laughing at her?
No, Jenna said that they, I guess she was jacked up enough that they fucking followed suit and put those iPhone 16s away.
Damn.
But
you hate to see media censorship.
Still went to dinner. Had a great meal. Definitely getting weighted on hand and foot now, getting a lot of sympathy points. Have a crazy story that I will never probably tell my parents because they'll fucking have a full meltdown conniption.
Yeah.
But dude, not a fun weekend whatsoever. And again, while physically decent, dude, fucking scary, bro. To see the sky, and I see the sky when you're supposed to be on a bike.
I know.
Ooh.
You're here. It's like, yo, with the laid up foot, it's like, yo, bitches don't know how to stay in.
No, dude. I mean, and I guess there was a point too where we were like, because of the lateness, we were like, well, we definitely can't walk there. because we'll miss the
Yeah,
res.
I can't believe you went to dinner. Why didn't you just go home? I got hit by a car. I can't walk.
Bro,
let me still go to dinner.
Even the paramedics, so they're like, yo, you're not concussed. They like dressed up my wound and my ankle hadn't, and everyone of course is like, oh, you're gonna be feeling it tomorrow for sure. And they were not wrong. And I knew that. I just was I still felt fine and could put like a more weight on that ankle than I obviously can now. But anyway, that was my Saturday, dude. They tried to take me out and I fucking survived.
Well, you know what you should have been wearing? You should have been wearing a Kai for men jacket, which I never.
Oh, that's for men?
Yes.
Bro, I would have fucking bounced right. I mean, I did kind of bounce right up.
Look at the hood on this bitch.
Oh, is
not
it like
Kylie Jenner? Like, look at that. That is a full on like full protective.
Jesus Christ. That's like
Chuck. If you're Chuck, zoom in on this.
That's what.
This is like
that's what Tua should be wearing on the field, bro.
Yeah, it's like the Guardian caps. It's also like I think in Asia they have like this thing you wear around your neck, and it senses when there's like a sudden motion, and it'll inflate like an airbag around your head. That looks exactly like this.
Could have used some of those, bro, just in case.
Exactly. So, all right, my big thing over, I guess Friday.
Your big attention grabbing moment.
My big attention grabbing moment.
Yeah.
Was
two sides of the same coin.
So Kylie Jenner, my bestie, my girl, Kai, she sent me a jacket that is absolute dog shit. And I posted it and like,
did you ask for this?
They're like, hey, what's your address? And I was like, it's this. And they sent me this. And I'm like, whoa.
So she has men's clothing because that's what I didn't, or is it unisex or what's the?
I don't know, bro. It's all like fake. It's all like fake leather. I don't know. Whatever. Kai, Khy.
Yeah. I remember when it launched, the whole thing was it's purposely fake leather because it's like better for the environment or whatever.
So I posted, yeah, sure. So I posted it. And I was like, this is hilarious. So I posted it and just like, thanks, Kylie Jenner, Kai, and then a bunch of emojis. And I was like, it's trying to be like facetious and trying to be like a fake influencer. I was like, wait, what if people think that I'm being genuine? So I scramble.
God forbid.
I scramble and immediately I'm just like, Kai jacket for sale, brand new with tags. Do you have interested? And people are like, yo, is this for fake friends?
People thought you had fucked up a close friends, which also
and I was like, no,
is kind of funny.
This is for the public.
Right.
I shit you not. I got from strangers, from friends, from like big accounts, from like the few celebrities that follow me, from like people in the industry, from folks that, you know, are just like, I don't even fucking know how I know them. Hundreds and hundreds
Jesus.
of look at this. So it starts here.
Yeah.
Scrolling.
There's some prestige personas in here. Some blue checks.
Scrolling. Still scrolling. Loading. Scrolling. Look at this.
I saw
nuts,
fucking
bro.
Jenna in there.
Yeah. Look at this. It's still going.
Holy shit.
Still going.
Wow. So this is your most like engaged with story or Instagram story
like,
ever.
Bro, I was like, I want to turn my phone off. Like, this fucking sucks. I'm still going.
How many like were there?
I'm still going.
And how many of these people then shared it?
I don't know. How many
still
shared it. Yes, I'm still going.
Oh my God.
I'm still going.
Also, all of these the majority of these are, from what I'm seeing, are just crying face emojis. So obviously the bit landed.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm like, yo, can you give me like a better reaction? Just like the crying face emoji. Oh, here we go. So it starts here with Kylie and Kai.
Oh yeah.
So it just ended.
Was honestly, he is not.
That was hundreds and hundreds of reactions, DMs, whatever.
You're not being hyperbolic. That is that's what it must be like when any famous person actually, or a hot chick, posts a thirst trap.
Yeah.
Or any famous person posts anything really. It's just
where there's like a Cardi leak or something.
Yeah.
And it sucked. And I was like,
and your reply, like, what are you replying to all these people or?
I double tapped every crying face emoji reaction.
Yikes.
Because I was like, oh, I have to now because it's kind of dick if I don't, because I'm not a celebrity and I'm not like a fucking, you know, hot thirst trap drop-in thoughty.
You could be if you wanted to.
So I had to. And like fucking distant relative, like people coming out the woodwork, bro. People,
it's like you won the lottery.
People loved that I was trolling Kylie Jenner, and I guess did in a way that was like kind of funny. I didn't think it was that funny. You know, and like, honestly, it's like, yo, I had a few influencers, I'm not going to name names, but they're like, wow, I wish I could do this.
Oh, they were jelly.
And I'm like, yeah, because if you're a full-time influencer, your job is to post all the bullshit.
Do not bite the hand that feeds.
I think at this point, you and I are lucky enough where we only post the free stuff that we want to post.
Absolutely.
And this is getting into like flow politics, whatever. I'm sorry. But to post like everything on feeds, like, wow, thanks, Kylie Jenner.
Mhm.
Thanks, fucking bullshit brand that's not going to exist in 6 months.
Mhm.
That's just like a money laundering scheme for some influencer. And then they just had to turn around and sell it. And this one girl was like, yo, I wish I could do this. I'm like, yeah, you'd be so fucking rich and have so much closet space, but you can't.
Yeah.
You're stuck with that shit. And it's not like the majority of it isn't horrendous.
No.
Right? It's like usable or wearable, but
Sure.
it's like, it's not stuff that's good enough to sell on Grailed or eBay or Depop even. And you can't sell it via a public link.
Yeah. I feel guilty that I didn't jump in in the pile on
thank
here.
you for not jumping in.
I guess that's actually
one less double tap I did. My fucking finger hurts.
And
You
then
think your ankle's fucked up? My fucking finger's swollen from double tapping.
fucking breaking your phone screen. And then my thing is, did anyone actually buy it from you?
I got a few, I think, serious offers.
Okay.
I didn't follow up. And like, if you asked me, I'm sorry that I didn't follow up because like I got hundreds of reactions to it. So hit me again.
I know
now that shit settled down a little bit.
I know that clearly it's almost like an embarrassment of riches and it ultimately annoyed you. But I will say it is fun to see you having fun on social media once again, even if just you being like, this will be a funny joke to do. And, just reveling in the joie de vivre that is an Instagram story that will not be there in 24 hours. As someone who has a complicated relationship with social media, as we've covered extensively on the show.
When was the last time you were funny on social media?
What's up?
When was the last time you were funny on social media?
I don't know. You should see the video those girls took of me getting hit by a car. Maybe
that
that
was
was.
hilarious.
Maybe that was.
Where's my rollover? Where's my rollover?
I mean, the fact of where it ended up, the shit definitely like.
Yeah, bro, you got hit. You got hit.
Part of me was like,
That's like when they show like a car crash scene, they show like the bloody fucking shoe that's like 20 feet down the road.
yeah, like there's a chalk outline of where the eel loafer fucking landed. What's crazy is like, and they're a little scuffed up and worse for wear, but like I got pretty fucking lucky across the board, both myself and my material items that I believe we talk a bunch about materialism later this week in the afters and have a
That's
kind
right.
of deep conversation about greed and materialism.
Post a wonderful podcast with the even more wonderful Kathleen Sobara talking about the relaunch rebrand of her store and arguably brand in and of itself, Sobara's.
Yeah, it was great to check.
That's a good one.
It was great to check in with Kathleen. Awesome pod. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. And
I went to the place that she recommended for lunch today.
Oh, how was it?
So I didn't realize it was a tamale place. Tamale.
Not burritos?
Tamales.
What was the whole thing with the no rice in the burrito? Was that a different?
That's something else. That's something else that I'm
got
talking
it.
about. But I got a tinga torta. It's
Oh,
fucking smacking.
that sounds delicious.
Really good. Factory tamal or just factor tamal.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out the Mexicans.
So while you had fun making the joke and you tapped,
I'm not going to say I had fun. If anything, I was like, oh shit. I got like defensive. I was like, oh, people are going to think I'm being serious.
Oh, right. It was more of like, let me protect my rep.
It's not even having fun. It's like a little, thumb in my nose at the way that this whole thing works.
Well, and we've had this conversation too, where it's like, have the boys change? Are the establishment? We still have the healthy distrust we've always had. We're still the same guys.
I mean, don't you wish that of the majority of stuff you get for free, you could just immediately be like, hey, you gave it to me to post on Instagram. I posted and I tagged, and now immediately, so I did my half of the bargain. Can I now just sell it to get rid of it and maybe make some fucking scratch?
The way that I read it, and maybe this was thinking of like going to like fucking 40 chess. I thought the bit was that like you had fumbled the close friend second post, which
Some
I
people
also
thought that, but
yeah, which is still
no.
very funny.
No.
Yeah.
Because if you pay attention, Lawrence, I have a font that I use for close friends.
Oh, separate
and a
font, really?
that I use for main.
Yo, interesting.
If you see a silly font, you know it's close friends.
Well, I mean, that's what the little green star is for, yeah.
Yeah, but also if you see the Comic Sans, you know you in close friends. If you see the literature font, you in main, baby.
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you paid attention to this, but when Clint teased the new Cortez Nike collab, which is like tracksuits and it's like some type of Huarache sneaker that I'm not like super familiar with.
Top, right?
He put everybody, his whole following, on his close friends, and it like kind of created this frenzy of people being like, oh fuck, like I'm on Clint's close friends, and he actually got like this crazy buzz. And I'm like, what an easy thing that is kind of like low-key a genius move that I don't know of anyone else utilizing in terms of social media marketing.
Billie Eilish did that like a year ago. And,
Oh.
and it was very much like, hey friend, like you're my
Wow.
you're my family, like new music coming soon.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
so Clint
It's
did not do it first.
definitely didn't do it first. I'm not saying Billy did it first, but I think it's now like it's a marketing thing.
Cool. Well, I mean,
This
everything is, right?
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of marketing,
Yeah.
speaking of free marketing, Zyn on the front cover, and you already had the article queued up because you're in it. You got more ink in a
Yeah, I did.
in a piece on Zyn than you did in your own profile.
As if I need to be even more down bad. Yeah, shout out Teddy Brown. My neighbor that did not see me get run over by a fucking Toyota Camry, thankfully. He wrote a whole thing about Zyn in the Times. I definitely didn't get hit up by as many people as you did with your hilarious social media bit. But I was surprised how many people were just reading this trend piece about Zyn, saw Larry Schlossman quoted, and knowing that I'm a big Zyn user, or just,
The biggest.
or the biggest, or
Actually,
just
no, you know who the biggest is fucking
Berkeley Nahum, the guy whose portrait is the lead image for the story.
No, it's Jim McHugh, 36, who works in financial services in Pennsylvania. I wonder who he's voting for. It got to the point where I was sleeping with a Zyn under my lip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've heard of this super rockin' dude from, I think, Denmark. And he's come up on the pod a few times. I think he came up with Simon the Hogman, where he used to, because I feel like Zyn is pussy shit in Scandinavia, right?
It's for girls.
Yeah, so he did just straight snooze off the lip and would just fall asleep on the floor on like ski trips.
The snowboarder trips. Yeah, Bradley Carbone has also mentioned this guy.
Yes, yeah, brought it up. His name's Hans. And he just put on headphones, listen to fucking metal, and just go to bed, sleeping on the floor, packed lip, just
so sick,
sucking tobacco juice all night long.
What an amazing way to lock in on a ski trip, where it's like, let me fucking juice the fucking nicotine levels. Let me throw on, whether it was the crazy death metal or techno, but just like, that's how I slumber a day before hitting the slopes. I love that. What a fucking psycho mentality.
Yeah.
No, what was funny about this was that, and again, I was so happy to be quoted. Teddy had actually texted both of us when he was researching and writing the story. Obviously, you don't use Zyn, so
I said it. Yeah, I got mad friends that are addicted to Zyn.
Yeah,
that are like regular guys. I was like, you don't want to, because he's like, oh, I don't want to talk to like you guys. I want to talk to like regular guys.
Right.
And I was like, all right, let me ask my regular guys. And they're like, no, I don't want to be quoted in the New York Times about talking about Zyn. Are you fucking nuts?
Now, it's funny because I had a whole conversation with Teddy on the record about like my personal relationship with Zyn, but
it's a relationship. It's a addiction.
Yeah, sure. My personal addiction to Zyn. Yeah. But I ultimately kind of made it in as more of just like a cultural commentary type guy. And I want to know if first let me address the Larry Schlossman thing. I was like, oh, damn. Like, I probably, if it was up to me, would rather be in there as Lawrence Schlossman. And I talked to Teddy after the fact, after it went live, and he sent me the link. And I was like, could we not to be like a diva, but could we correct this? But only if it won't then require an official correction at the bottom, because then that would make me look like a fucking psycho. Obviously, again, I'm just perjuring myself on pod, but that's what our best friends behind the paywall are for. Laughing with or at me, I don't care. So it's changed to Lawrence Schlossman, but in print, it is Larry. But anyway, this is my take, and I wonder if you agree or disagree. Zyns fall somewhere in between cigarettes and vapes. It's not as classic and chic as smoking, but it's nowhere near as corny and lame as vaping. Agree or disagree, Jimmy Harris?
I will agree with you on the surface. I think you left out the part that I thought was my favorite part. He said Zyn hit a sweet spot for many media and creative types.
Yeah.
I was like,
who wanted discrete energy boost without smoker's cough?
Do you actually say creative types?
I don't know what I said. I think I said like media peers, maybe. Because I know a lot of media people that do Zyn like at work and when they're writing.
I think this is just funny because like Zyn, like outside of the echo chamber of like this room and this podcast, like Zyn is like the fucking frattiest, broiest, right wing Tucker Carlson, mask, and this kind of the thing where it's like the modern masculinity, right?
That was the best part about the article, is how this product has been roped into the culture war, which is hilarious because now that Philip Morris owns Zyn, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's big tobacco. Like it's gonna be fine. They're gonna lobby for it. It doesn't matter who wins the election. So it's funny to see fucking, brain dead pundits or fucking morons on social media that make the culture war their entire personality try to fucking position a pillow a little nicotine pillow, like as some fucking chess piece when it's like, bro, you're talking about Philip Morris. Like it doesn't fucking
It's also
matter.
like this Zyn is the girly pussy shit. That is now like, yeah, real man fucking Zyn, bro. Yo, 6 milli upper pilly.
Which like is the one piece of intel that having Scandinavian friends like and member listeners have told us before when like Zyn became a huge part of my life and by extension the podcast, that like I definitely mentioned that it would be interesting to see that worked in, because that's not made it into any ink where it's like this shit over there. If you do it and you're a guy, it's embarrassing.
I think it's getting to the point where Zyn is so ubiquitous that it's maybe embarrassing to be like,
Yeah.
And so I was at a barbecue in a backyard over the weekend on Saturday. I did not get hit by a car. I took a car there.
You were in the car that hit me.
Yeah.
Go. Step on it.
There it is. And all the dudes there, and they were just like guys. They were, I think there were many media and creative types there who wanted a discreet energy boost without the smoker's cough.
But not guys. They were like our peers.
Media and creative types?
Yeah.
Sure. There were also guys.
Okay.
There were guys.
Are we not media and creative types though? Or I know it's a funny turn of phrase, which I don't. Again, I'm not quoted there. I didn't. It's those words.
They're all hitting vapes. Like I was like, oh, vapes, throwback.
Elf bars,
just like colorful fucking bricks. I don't know.
Okay.
Batteries. the Beijing battery.
Yeah.
And I was like,
hitting the Game Boy Color cartridge.
I was like, why? Like where the Zin's at? And they're like, oh, like we ran out.
Okay.
But the nicotine addiction is so real that we're just hitting vapes. And honestly, seeing these guys hit vapes was a little bit refreshing. Where I was like, wow, throwback.
Refreshing because you got a cloud of watermelon mint.
Yeah. Just berry blast. Throwback to the vape days of 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, yes, everything gets politicized. Everything also gets like aesthetic sized, where it's like, oh, like cigs, fucking cigs, so classic and chic.
But when you're
Zyn, so fucking manly and fucking Scandi.
But to be clear, when you're drunk and you have a Capri dangling between your DSLs, do you not feel chic as fuck?
Yeah, but I think there's also value in vapes. Like you can just take a hit, right? They're more share. Obviously, you can't share Zins. Well, you can like share the tin, but you can't share the Zin.
Oh, right, for sure.
Unless you're on some real freaky shit.
And obviously, having like someone else's like fingies all up in your shit is like, if you're someone who's grossed out by like that kind of stuff or a germaphobe, I can see that.
You know
being
about the
gross.
secret compartment in the Zin tin
in the bottom?
Yeah, for your half-used ones.
Yeah.
Which do you use that? No, right? You just suck them until they're dry.
No, yeah. But I will say that's less gross than, hey, can I hit your vape? And then you're going like, either you're wiping it off on your shirt, that shit ain't clean really, or you're just going fucking mouth to mouth with that. Like that's
but if it's your boys, and like, why aren't you going mouth to mouth with your boys?
No, that's totally fair. I don't know necessarily there are many different scenarios where you need to bum a hit of popcorn lung or bum a Zyn or bum a cig. But there is a social element, I think, to the, oh, hey, bro, like, let me grab a Zyn, similar to, hey, can I bum a cig? Vaping, I feel like there's absolutely less of that because it's a much harder ask. That's, I think, my ultimate
Not
take
really.
there.
You just fucking put your hand out. If you're with your friends,
bumming somebody's vape, can I get a hit of your vape, is not the same as can I bum a Zyn or bum a cig from a pack. That's my point.
I'm telling you is that at this barbecue, which was like, a lot of longtime friends, they were just like, yo, like they didn't, it was just like a little like eyebrow raise and they would just get it.
I guess I'm thinking more of like strangers outside of a bar.
Well, no, you would never ask to hit a stranger's vape. I wouldn't think. I would hope not.
But you would ask a stranger to bum a cig and you might ask a stranger for a little.
You would ask a stranger for a Zyn?
Yeah, that I think is in this article, and there is this social.
In the article,
element.
He's like, no, if you're at a table with your friends, someone puts a tin out, and it's kind of like a free it's like breath mints at a restaurant.
I definitely have I've definitely been out and taking a Zyn, a freshie, putting it in. And this has not happened like a ton of times, but there have been people that have asked that I do not know, and I have given a stranger a little treat from.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah,
maybe that's why that's the good karma that caused you to not die,
to not be fucking manslaughter, dude.
Yeah, I think it's a funny like it's like fucking like Bass Pro fishing hats, right? Where it's like it's this bastion of like rigid traditional American male, and then it gets a little gayified by the fucking little Dime Square downtown Clando boys.
Yeah, the Stolen Valor crowd, which I am obviously a part of.
Right. And then it's like, oh, well, actually, like it's actually our thing. It's like, what? Like you're just addicted to them. There's a guy sleeping with them in his fucking face.
And guess what? It's not your thing. It's not someone else's thing. This is Philip Morris's thing. And they honestly, the $800 million they paid to whatever Swedish company to get the fucking rights to this shit, not even rights, to just fucking own it outright, is ultimately going to be the like best investment that big.
And guess who they're donating to? Kamala.
Right.
And that's why Tucker Carlson saw an opportunity and launched his own brand, Alp.
Yeah.
You ever sucked on the Tucker Alp?
No, I've never seen Alp. I wonder if you have to, it's DTC, so you got to buy it from like tuckercarlson.com. I have never seen it anywhere. And I'm actually curious if you're going to look it up. What are the flavors standard? Are the milligram?
It's behind the firewall.
wait. Tucker Carlson paywalled the Alps?
No, not paywall. It's behind the firewall.
Oh,
yeah, just like TikTok.
We have a very effective firewall here at our shared office space.
Yes, I am over 21. Come on, let me in northerner.com.
Wait, what's the website called?
Northerner.com.
Okay, not just the Tucker shop.tuckercarlson.com.
No, I'm just reading an article about it. I'm trying to find what the flavor is.
Gotcha. I'm sure.
Interestingly,
yeah,
he has called Zyn a ladies' brand that is not a brand for men. He is from the Scandi perspective, correct.
Well, this is Tucker Carlson or the Northerner.
Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker clearly pivoted his rhetoric when it suited him and it suits him just generally.
Flavors include tropical fruit, sweet nectar.
These are the gayest flavors ever.
Mountain wintergreen.
Normal.
Chilled mint. What do you mean normal? Gay's not normal?
No.
That's fucked up, bro.
Sorry.
Chilled mint.
Readily available.
Chilled mint and refreshing chill. What's the difference between chilled mint and refreshing chill?
Well, I'm just going to...
Oh, shit. Yo, you might become an Alp boy. You might become an alpinist because you get a 3 milligram, 6 milligram, and a 9 milligram option.
Yeah. I mean, dude, when we were in Italia, in Milano, I was hitting that fucking 12 piece, dude.
That's insane.
And I think I might have done an 18. Is that? I don't know if
that's impossible.
No, it's not.
18 milligram,
bro.
tobacco pouch,
dude. My body is a factory that turns nicotine into
what?
So many
brown piss.
No, I was gonna say terrible riffs and bits on pause, but yeah, no, I think maybe the most I've done is 12. Because like in Sweden they have these like 30, like it's like an Adderall XR, dude, where you can just have that shit in fucking all day, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway. Shout out fucking Teddy. Thank you again for quoting me. It was nice to see my name in an article, even though it's related to the Zyn culture war versus our own podcast.
I mean, yes, shout out Teddy. He's the man. But it's also like, once a trend gets a New York Times style trend piece, like it's over, right? Even a trend as dubious and fucking weird as zinning. So now I truly wonder and believe that, cigs are back. Zyn is the shit. Bro, it's vape time. We're going to see vapes. The Beijing batteries are going to come back. We're going to start seeing milky clouds in ironically chic places. I'm telling you, bro. What? Am I ever wrong?
No, you're just typically early.
Exactly. So vapes are so fucking back. Buy vapes, buy low. I know it's I guess today's election day. So I know the ground's a bit shaky, but I think vapes, that's where the future is.
Okay. The future is
Biden and Pete Buttigieg, I'm sure, are like opening a vape factory in like rural red Ohio, in like JD Vance land, where they're bringing unionized jobs back to the heartland, manufacturing. We're making American vapes and we're smoking on American gorilla dicks.
We're making vapes great again. The future, if anything, is cloudy and milky, according to Jimbo. All right.
Lawrence, I had a bit of at this barbecue that I was at where I was seeing kind of, like a bright vision of the future. And that bright vision was neon pink and neon yellow and neon blue.
Did anyone have the shit where you can text on your vape like that or play games?
No,
like
it was literally just like the mini ones. It was like the iPod minis.
Gotcha.
This was 2 days into my No Booze November. And I'm not going to lie, because there was a delicious brisket that had been smoked for approximately 14 hours being served, because there were delicious snacks and potato chips. And it was a beautiful fall day. It was a bit of a hurdle for my No Booze November.
Did you break?
No, I didn't.
Oh, nice.
But I was like, let me try this. I had the vape of NA drinks, Gia. Strawberry orange blossom, delicious.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This was, I know you're going to give more details. This was a wine launch, yeah?
No, this is a barbecue.
Oh, sorry.
This was in November to celebrate or to go out on my last night of October where I was drinking. I was going to stay in. It was Halloween. I was just going to, watch a movie, whatever. But I got invited to a wine launch by the homie Gabe, the legend Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
What does Kanye say about him?
No, it's not Kanye, but it was, I think it was
movements.
Gabe said we're into movements, and he was talking about Rick Ross when he said that famously.
Okay.
Meaning Def Jam needs to sign Rick Ross because Rose is a movement. Right. So someone relaying that's it. Gabe said we're into movements.
Yes. Gabe is a fucking legend. At Def Jam for a minute, he calls
Ye's Kanye
publicist.
on what's the song with Andre 3000?
30 hours.
Yes. Hold up. Gabe is calling me. That's 30 hours. That's Gabe.
30 hours.
Great song. Outro?
No, we got to do a Thug song.
Oh, that's right. Yo, fucking
so
Jeffrey.
Gabe's become Jeffrey Free. Gabe's become besties with John Tui too. I imagine through the Ye PC shit from 2014.
That makes so much sense.
There you go.
Wow. Okay.
And Jean Tui too, the founder, I believe, still involved with.
He's the head. He's the CEO, right?
Can you look it up?
CEO?
Can you look it up?
Yeah.
And he invited me. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. I hit up my boy that lives across the street, and he's like, yeah, sure, it's across the street. Of course I'm going to come. It's a beautiful night out.
He is currently the founder, and creative director of French clothing brand APC.
Is it still owned by him?
I don't know. I don't know if they got investment, but he's still the creative director. That Tunisian racist that we loved to joke about.
He is from Tunisia.
Yeah.
Still the owner. Wow.
Dude, he must
founded in 1987.
Well, that's why he can do all these crazy, he has a band. He has a full band. Yeah. Clearly, other ventures as well now.
So, wow, 1987. Also, I feel like APC is kind of just like with vapes. Denim is always falling and rising in America.
Rising and falling in America. Though they both make sense. Yeah, that JW Anderson collab that seemingly people slept on. I wear those jeans a lot. Fucking great product, dude.
Yeah. All right, so I got to hang with Jean Tui too. He's just a cool, awesome old French guy, although he's Tunisian. So he's making a Tunisian wine, and he kept being like, "Oh, Tunisian wine is fucking shit." So I made but I am Tunisian. I'm proud, so I make Tunisian wine.
That's a fair play.
And I think he bought up some vineyards. He partnered up with some dudes. He's boys with legends in the wine world, including the guy that did the wine with Our Legacy. You call him the penis wine. I call him a goat. Gabriel Bellini. Fuck.
You can be both. Those aren't mutually exclusive. You can be a goat that makes penis wine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the logo that looks like a penis, by the way.
Gabriel Bini.
A
bottle of Beanie was purchased. A bottle of Beanie was bought.
Nice.
Once we ran through all Jean's wine. Okay, real quick.
Bottle of penis wine.
So he's making Tunisian wine. It is a white wine, obviously cold. It is really good.
Yeah.
It's sour and tart. So it's pretty juicy, but it's not too fruity. It's not like a fucking vape.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's very drinkable. I think it was going for $60 a bottle at retail.
Damn.
At the restaurant.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, look it up. I'm sure he's
What's it
making
called?
it soon.
Is it
I don't
cool
know.
Name? Oh, so it wasn't like APC wine.
I think no. It's completely independent from
Right.
From I mean, it's big. Apparently, it's a big wine weekend.
It's a new revenue stream.
Apparently, it's a big wine weekend in New York. Do you know the Super Vino Bros?
I met them. I met one of them recently. At a buddy of mine was doing a champagne tasting for a new venture that he's doing, and one of the Super Vino Bros was there. But what I was going to ask you is that
Bani Bono. That's what the wine is called.
Okay. What I was going to ask you is that at this champagne tasting, that was just a casual thing that I went to because my homie invited me. Some of the dudes were doing the spit thing, and I was like, oh. If this wine event, when you were talking about the barbecue, I thought somehow these things were the same thing or whatever, because I'm a moron, clearly. And I was like, oh, were you because it's No Booze November and you don't want to break, were you doing the swoosh and spit?
No. Fuck no. I was like, someone's like, oh, we're going to make martinis. I was like, oh, could I swoosh and spit a martini? Does that count? But then but then someone busted out a non-alcoholic martini.
Dirty.
And I was like, how is that
Just
possible?
olive juice, right?
How's that fucking possible?
What? I've never had a Gia. Gaia? What are they?
Well, Gee is just like a soda / juice.
What is it? Is it good?
Yeah, it's all right.
I know they're at like every event, and it's great to have NA options.
Why don't you try one next time you're at an event?
Because I'm already double fisting some alcoholic beverage, most likely.
Yeah, true.
There's no real estate left.
Yeah, right. You only got only 1 foot left.
Yeah.
They're fine, but it's just like, oh, like a savory strawberry drink. Cool.
Okay. I kind of would rather have a DC.
There was no DC available, brother. But
Yeah,
someone busted out
anyway.
the NA martini, and it was made with that like Grazia olive oil company.
Oh yeah.
Horrible. Tasted like someone said it tasted like a soap. Someone else, it was supposed to be like an olive oil martini. So I thought it tasted like a flat fruit seltzer that it was just like old and warm, even though it was
Right.
cold. And then the only other NA drink that was there was a NA Amaro. But then I'm like sipping on like, so I'm just like drinking. I mean, it was pretty good, but I'm just drinking like Amaro. So I like had to mix it with some seltzer and make a spritz.
I'll ask you this as the kind of gourmand, more of the food guy. Were olive oil martinis like a trend?
Yeah.
Because there's a place by me that they do one, and I tried it, and I personally didn't like it. I'd rather get my martini, which is vodka extra dirty. But yeah, that's like something that. So it's a canned NA olive oil martini from the people that make the olive oil that comes in a crackable beer can already.
Exactly. What the fuck? Which is, by the way, that's fucking ridiculous too. I didn't know they made a beer, a tall boy of olive oil.
Yeah, and then you just gotta use all of it because you can't. Is that the thing where
I guess
you have
so.
to buy a lot more because it's not resealable?
I guess so. I got a fucking pan fry, a bunch of chicken. Like
yeah, dude. For the whole, gotta make cutlets for the month
with this 16 ounce of olive oil tall boy.
Yeah,
I mean, I have the squirt shit because they sent me some.
Yeah,
and like it's fine. It's olive oil. It's fine.
Sure.
And the squirt mechanism is great. Love a squirt.
love an effective squirt mechanism
to crack a warm one. And then like take a swig and like drizzle it over some shit. Like, I don't understand that.
Just an Italian guy drinking that in a brown bag, just on his stoop on Mulberry.
I don't fucking understand that packaging choice.
Oh Lord!
But I'm sure it's doing crazy numbers.
Yeah, because it's the packaging and it's the novelty of the can and all that shit. Yeah.
Anyway, of course, I made inroads with my new mon ami Jean about coming on the pod.
How'd that go?
TBD. It being my last night drinking for a month, we definitely went a bit, not crazy, but like I had to go. I left my credit card there, even though I closed out. I closed out and still left my credit card.
Even worse, dude.
In the thing.
Yeah.
So I had to go back this morning, and that's when I got the coffee that I didn't want to spill on the.
You
fleece.
dragged your boy out of the trenches, but then you still left him.
My credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah. But John, did you do? I don't know. I was like looking at. I was like, yo,
his English is fine, right?
It's pretty good. I was like, he dresses mad sick. Like he had baggy jeans on.
Okay.
I think he had like some sort of like para boot or like maybe actually like a mule, like a Boston. No, that can't be right. And then like a striped button down and then like a denim chore coat with like the corduroy collar on and like a hat. And he was fired.
Like
he was like
brimmed hat, right?
No, not a brimmed hat. Maybe he wasn't even wearing a hat, to be honest.
Well, I was going to say is that I witnessed this when you did your dump. What is the protocol of asking Jean Tuitu for a selfie, and how receptive is he?
Just like a regular hat.
Okay, how receptive he was to?
I was being told to take pictures with him.
Oh, I got it.
People were like, "Yo," because we were like, like it was one of those nights where everyone's like loving each other, catching up, making friends, old and new.
Sick.
Turns out the friend that I brought down lives on the same floor as Gabe, so now they're fucking homies.
Oh, great.
Which they hadn't realized that, or maybe they like hadn't like
Put
ever like introduced each other.
Yeah.
So now they're homies and they saw each other over the weekend. So it's just one of those nights like, yo, pictures. We got to take pictures.
Sick.
And luckily there's one where I didn't look absolutely too fried to post with me and the denim Don Dada.
When does the wine drop?
I think it's out.
Okay.
But it's called Barabino.
So you're giving it how many booms?
I'm giving it 4 Boomy 2s.
Okay.
Barbino wine.
Jean Boomy 2.
Jean Boomy 2. It's fucking good. I don't know. And he was like making the rounds at like all the wine festivities this weekend. So I think he's like making a push for it.
Yeah. And honestly, what a great way to celebrate Thug being free finally, popping a couple Boomy 2s.
It literally, the news dropped while we were drinking it. And I was like, Thug free, Thug free.
How did that go over in that crowd?
It's great.
Yeah.
Gabe's plugged into the music world.
No, I don't mean I just was saying was the John 282 say the N-word.
No, he didn't. And unfortunately, the next day I heard a snippet, or I saw in like Hoodville or Academics, it was like, yo, in Young Thug's First Day Out song,
Right.
he shouts out his lawyer, Brian Steele.
The GOAT, dude.
And he said,
balls of steel.
And he said, Gunna never snitched or ratted. And I was like, oh shit. So I saw that. I didn't listen to it because I was like walking or something. I don't know. And then I went back and found it. And by that time, there was a community note attached to it where it's like, this is AI.
God damn.
And I was like, oh, interesting strategy where you give your First Day Out song to this random affiliate that you probably aren't allowed to associate with anymore.
Sure.
And he's playing it while listening to it in his car. And then it gets picked up by like all the fucking blogs and like the news sources that where we get our news from.
Right.
Hoodville, Academics,
Our Generation
World
Music.
Star, Our Generation Music, Tyrone. Turns out it's through the community note, which shout out the community notes. I feel like they've been really helpful. Like, I don't know if you saw this, but
they are.
Monica Lewinsky said that she like voted for Kamala.
Yep.
And then somebody quote tweeted her, some misogynist was like, fucking Bill Clinton put a cigar up her ass and jizz on her dress and kept her in a gimp box. And she's still voting. What a fucking, mental slave to the woke mind virus. I was like, damn, he did all that? Thankfully, according to the community note, he put the cigar in her vagina, which we know. Mm-hmm. He jizzed on her dress, which we know. He did not keep it in a gimp box, which honestly, if not for the community note, I would have been like, oh yeah, Billy did that.
You believe that? Under the desk?
Slick Willie did that. Sure. It was the 90s, bro.
I think he's more of a lover of women versus someone that might potentially hold them hostage. Though,
what if that's her
not
kink?
here to kink shame?
What if that's her kink? What if she like,
something interesting that I read, and while we all patiently wait, and maybe by the time this comes out, we'll have that First Day Out song, which I'm very much looking forward to. We are such a pro thug pod. We are anti hip hop police. You should not be the lyrics should not be admissible in court as evidence. And I also feel conflicted. I don't know if we ever talked about the whole is Gunna a rat, that whole thing. I'm not here to split hairs as a 37-year-old white podcaster. With that said, I did see something that kind of bummed me out as a lover of male friendship, if nothing else, which is that some rumors are that Thug made sure that in the plea that he could still obviously communicate with his brother because that's family, and Gunna because ultimately he wants to shit all over Gunna's existence because Gunna in his mind is actually a rat, which would be.
But then why would he want to communicate with him?
I think it's because then like he can even just mention him in lyrics and that kind of stuff.
Oh, so he can't mention anyone. You can't mention anyone else.
I mean, I think that there's also the take that like him like what is Thug's music going to become kids bop or this and that because of all the guardrails around his lyrics.
What if Thug makes the next Baby Shark?
I mean, Baby Slat, dude. Who knows?
Damn, I'm gonna listen.
I actually probably can't even say Slat anymore, right?
You?
No, him.
Oh,
I think it's like
not.
I think they're fucking gonna. I mean, listen, we will wait and see. And obviously, glass half full. This is a generational artist, someone who I don't know. Do you have a favorite Thug song?
It goes week by week. I think like High was with Elton John.
Oh, amazing!
Officially with Elton John was definitely held the mantle for a minute. Ski is incredible. When I work out, I just go to Ski Radio on Spotify.
Great,
it's just all just like YSL shit.
Mm-hmm.
Big Tipper was a song that I loved. And I knew that we were going to have a good pod with West Wilson when I was playing it on here. And he walked in, he's like, Big Tipper.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's a great way to bond.
So that's probably a recent one that I put down, which I put down on the outro. I don't know. What about you?
Obviously, the two ones that broke him, Stoner and Danny Glover are awesome. I think my favorite that kind of encapsulates his mad genius is I forget which one of the first tapes, but it's Pikachu, but spelled wrong.
Right. All I want to do is Pikachu. What about
But my favorite is from Slime Season is You Dig What I'm Saying, which is I think it's only available on SoundCloud, but it's You Dig What I'm Saying, dig with 2 G's, just the letter U, and it's just all one, no spaces, just You Dig What I'm Saying.
Do you remember the first song you ever heard with Thug?
The first song I ever heard with Thug, I think it was Pikachu, because it was kind of like this goofy novelty thing that people were, because he was still, he was like 1017 Brick Squad at that point.
Yeah.
He was a Gucci affiliate.
What? 101, 1017. Yikes, bro.
That was a test. I mean, whatever, dude.
Okay.
Brick Squad. You're right.
I think mine was Old English.
Oh my God.
With capsules of Molly with Ferg.
Danny Brown. Is it the remix?
he was on the remix with Ferg and Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
800 capsules of Molly. But Pikachu might have been first because then I think like Ferg and Gibbs got on to like kind of as like the you know, co-signed signifiers.
Yeah.
Of like, yo, this guy's like a real artist. He's not just like an internet guy.
Right. Damn. We're
Yeah.
happy that Jeffrey is free.
Jeffrey home.
We did it.
We did it, guys. Thank you, Brian Steele. Thank you, Chef, for taking us out.